JoJo has fun.
Oh, God.
I like the part that says demo.
Yeah, they want you to know that this is not forever. This is just for right now. All right. You ready, gamers? Kim.
It's your boy.
Okay,
I'm ready.
How does this look already?
Already, my first thought when I look at this is, how is he carrying that sword?
Well, his arm muscles are okay. His back muscles must be pretty great. What muscles do you need to carry a sword that big?
I don't know. Pip weighs 31 pounds, and my back, I'm having serious back problems just carrying him around.
Well, it's from the years of carrying him around, so...
So do you think he just started carrying the sword? I doubt it.
No, he's had it for a while. So what's up, everybody? This is the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. It came out yesterday in the real world, but later on for when you actually watch this.
Like a week ago.
Like a week ago. Yeah, Joe, we still have the episodes of Stanley Parable that have not gone up yet. So
we can pause those and do this,
Yeah.
and then do the Stanley Parable later.
So
the more I think about Stanley Parable, the more I really like it. But
it's a sitter and a thinker type of game, you know?
I want a normal.
This is normal.
ride.
Yeah, this is a normal ride. And mostly it's how I like play it. So see?
Okay, all right, similar
Yeah.
stars. I see it.
We
All
just played the Final Fantasy VII original, and this is the entire part we just played, but in demo, and made now. Yes, Kim, those are her ears.
Okay, see, they fixed it though, so they show you an ear a little bit, so you're like, okay, those aren't her ears.
They're not just some weird ass fucking elf ears in this weird post-apocalyptic world. So, what would you say her name is?
Beth.
Bethany.
Dumb, stupid Bethany.
Fucking Bethany with her goddamn flowers always hanging out in alleyways.
I don't know why. What is her name?
Her name is, so in Japan, her name...
Oh my god, fucking nerd. Go on, please.
In the original Japanese, her name was Aerith. 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 So it's a fantasy name. When they brought it to America, it changed it to Eris. Aeris. And let me tell you, the fan community will not stop talking about it. She sees you. Wave, Kim.
No, so far I hate this.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel like it was so much better when like you couldn't really tell that like there was any emotion in it, and she was just like,
Just a flat fucking cartoon face, yeah.
yeah, I definitely like that more than like them trying to like convey emotion on her.
Well, all of this is going to be is them trying to get these characters to convey emotion, as well as speak out loud, because they all have voice actors. Now, the Final Fantasy VII, like as a franchise in itself, because there's other Final Fantasy games like 8, 9, and 10. This is the one that's like stuck around the longest, where it has like a bunch of fucking spin-offs. It's got like a movie, all kinds of shit. So, and usually when they like do remakes of games, they're just like making the graphics look a little better. This one they've like completely redone it, which you will see in just a minute. Now, I just want
so
ahead of time. I like this demo, by the way. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
So.
Can I just say that cutscene where like you're out and away from the city and you're looking down at the city is almost identical to the 1997 one.
Yeah, it's weird. You'll see how this goes. Is that like a lot of stuff? They're trying to keep the visual like cues the same, but the way it plays is very different, which I kind of like because it's more engaging. Also, these characters look like actual people now. Although she has boob armor though, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, she has like kind of saggy boob armor, and I'm not crazy about that.
Kind of that weird like 1970s perky boob armor.
Oh, there's like a downward slope that I'm not really keen on.
Yeah, is it just made for her only? That's a very specific boob shape.
Okay, we need to have a conversation about this guy.
He doesn't sound like how you voiced him. Why didn't they take any notes? Wait till he talks more, Kim. He's gonna
no.
Oh wait, here we go. Okay, let's.
Who goes there? You're up.
He's got sunglasses on. It's nighttime. All right.
He wears his sunglasses at night.
So unlike the other Final Fantasy, this one is all like button pressing actiony. I can still stop and do magic and shit, but it's more like not sitting in a menu and just having the action happen for me.
Punisher.
So now I get to fucking slice dudes with my goddamn big ass sword.
Yeah, I think that I had forgotten how dumbly stupid that giant sword is.
You don't think it looks super cool right now? Look at me. Look at my fucking hammer pants, my girdle, and my fucking sword with my weird ass gloves that have some sort of metal on them. And also I have one shoulder pad, which also has metals.
Are you weirdly steampunk right now? Is that what's happening?
It is kind of almost a steampunk thing. I don't know what you would call it. I think it's got its own... I'm sure there's some aesthetic word for it, but...
Okay, I really like that Biggs is a big fatty. Here, like, he's the old school Jonah Hill that we all crave.
And actually, he is voice acted by somebody who, when he speaks, you will be familiar with.
I doubt it.
You
I'm
will.
not very good at this.
Have you watched Breaking Bad? So
I watched 3 seasons of Breaking Bad. Is it Pinkman?
It's Badger.
I don't remember which one Badger
The
is.
stoner friend, the big dopey white dude who you would know it. Maybe when you hear the voice, you'll remember it. You'll see. He'll talk in a little bit.
You trust in my ability. It's way too much.
You will at least be like, huh, that's kind of familiar.
Okay, well that's cool. I'm glad that. Also, I regret saying that it's the Jonah Hill we all crave because nobody craves Jonah Hill.
No one craves Jonah Hill. I don't even know what he looks like
anymore. That guy's
a
piece of shit.
Is he? I don't really follow him anymore.
No, he totally is. I read years ago, like right when he was, like just about the time he was trying to lose weight, I read a Rolling Stone article that was, the specific article was about smoking weed. And he refused to talk about anything that had to do with weed. And the writer was like, you agreed to do this.
Yeah.
And you knew what the article was. And if you didn't want to do it,
then why'd you agree? Like, fuck off.
Then why did you agree to do this? Exactly. And he's like, I'm a real actor and I want to be taken seriously.
Then say no to this article. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, it was because Seth Rogen was doing it and he wanted to be cool like Seth Rogen.
Oh.
But then he also didn't want, like, he was really upset because he has a traditional Jewish family, just like Seth Rogen. I don't know what his fucking deal is, but he was using that as an excuse as to why he didn't want to be portrayed as a stoner.
Well, too late, my dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten away from that, but for whose benefit, really?
No, but like really, he hasn't gotten that far away from it. Like the most recent thing he's done has been a fucking Coca-Cola commercial. Like,
yeah, that was a weird Coke with him and Scorsese. That was the strangest commercial I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was like people that probably are no longer relevant in the world all coming together and doing a Coca-Cola commercial.
And not even like a clever Coca-Cola commercial.
No, I feel like if it was like Ralph Nader was in that commercial, that's all they needed.
Yeah.
Which is not really fair. I think Ralph Nader could be way more useful in the world.
Wedge has a baby face and it creeps me out. Sorry. So I can walk around and I can... so they're talking behind me. She thinks I'm super hot. And he's just standing here. We couldn't name him Wolliver in this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to be named Cloud.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
They couldn't make the voice actors add Wolliver as a potential name that you choose that they could say in the game. How do you like his design, Kim? Tell me.
Well, I don't.
Is that voice familiar at all? Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Okay.
But can I just say, I'm kind of not impressed by the graphics at all.
Really?
Really?
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, if this game had come out in 2015, maybe. But bitch, it's 2020.
I want Minecraft graphics. I want to see some
I
fucking
mean,
blocks.
their voices don't match up with what they're saying at all.
Yeah, it's still made in Japan, FYI.
So?
I'm just saying, like, there's still... this is a demo, and they always put the thing that's just like, the final game may change. So, like, a lot of times they do tweak, like, mouth movements to the voices a little bit.
Okay, all right, I'll give them that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a demo. It's not coming... well, but it is coming out next month. So maybe they don't have a lot of time.
But yeah, I will say that Doug, I am made uncomfortable by Doug. Weirdly, because he's much less black now.
Okay.
He's like that. Like it makes me uncomfortable because they like unblacked him.
Unlike that porn that I like to watch, which is where they black people.
Yeah, I just feel like like maybe they should have like made him not a stereotype, but still black. Then instead they made him like a what was that name? Duke Nukem character?
He kind of looks like a Duke Nukem character in the game.
Yeah.
I would say his voice is actually almost kind of a little Duke Nukem-y.
Yeah, if Duke Nukem spent a lot of time in Florida, so he got like real, like just a little bit of a tan.
Tan Duke Nukem is the name that I would give him if I could actually give people names in this game.
Tan Duke Nukem. Yeah, but that like makes me uncomfortable because it's like you took away the only thing about that character that was okay, which was he was black, and you left the obnoxious stereotype and the terrible voice.
He doesn't have your voice, Kim. That's very true.
Yeah,
well, he does.
I have a beautiful, beautiful voice.
He speaks a little bit more ahead of this, so like maybe your opinion will change a little bit.
Okay, well tomorrow we'll have to see.
Okay, I'm going to go up this elevator, and when I get up to the top, it'll be tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, I hope you're happy.
It's tomorrow.
Hey guys,
I made it. It took a whole fucking day to get up here from that
it was
elevator.
a really slow service elevator.
The slowest ever. So far.
JoJo has fun.
So we're playing more Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. We played the first part of the original game as well. Kim, what are your thoughts so far as the difference between those two games?
So far, the graphics are better.
It's been 23 years. I would hope the graphics would be a little bit better. Yeah.
They're not as good as I want them to be.
Was there a game that you look at as being like that's the best looking game I've ever seen? Like that's a game that's impressive. Like what do you want from graphics to impress Kim Martell, known games person?
Well, I think that Fallout 4 had really great graphics. But like when I was a kid, I'm trying to think of the game that was like, wow. I remember Spyro the Dragon being like, whoa.
That's a dragon on screen. I didn't think they were real.
Yeah. And then I liked King's Quest 7.
That was like those are very interesting games because like their graphical styles are all very different. Like,
well, because they're like not trying to be realistic. And I think that really worked to their favor.
They had a distinct style as opposed to just like dude and woman and regular looking building.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Fallout 4.
See, I don't think
Fallout 76.
I don't think the Fallout series looks good, but also it's not supposed to really. That's not supposed to be its draw. Is the graphics for the Fallout series?
But it's like supposed to look like gritty and. But no, I definitely. Yeah, I guess I don't know. A lot of the games that I'm really impressed by are not super realistic, like Breath of the Wild, and the King's Quest.
Do you like cartoony stuff or like less like you like less realistic? But like
I guess I'm more impressed by less realistic games.
Well, Breath of the Wild is like a very very pretty game. Like this game definitely is just like realistic. Like that's the whole thing. It's just like it's people. Everyone is pretty proportional. They look like a Saturday morning CGI cartoon. You know, it's
you know what game I remember now. The first game that I was ever like, this is the top of graphics, and nothing will get better than this. And it's the be all end all of all games.
What's that?
It was the second Tomb Raider game.
That game, I would say it holds up. It doesn't, but it definitely was like the first game I rented when I got a PlayStation because
that's the game like that she had like the one that she had like the really pointy boobs and like she was at her like really fancy house and she could drown in the pool if you weren't careful.
Which we thought was realistic. Like that game got props for being realistic looking.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
it was mind blowing to me. I was like, this could not be better. Graphics can't improve beyond this.
When I got a PlayStation 1, I got a PlayStation 1 for Christmas, which was a surprise to me because we couldn't afford it. But my parents still got me one, and they got me Final Fantasy VII. And I also got a sheet of like free video game rentals for Hollywood Video, which was like down the street from me. So like Christmas Day, when it was still open for some reason, I went and I rented one game, and then I had Final Fantasy VII, and the one game that I rented was Tomb Raider 2. So the first game I played aside from this one, well, not this one, but the original one, was Tomb Raider, and I think I had an issue with it because it was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
It was really hard. I used to go over to my friend Kyle's house and make him play it because I couldn't play it.
You just like to watch, and that's followed you into your adult life now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if he knew, like if 10-year-old me, so I was 10 and Kyle was 13, and if they knew that in 23 years,
The
I
year
would
of
be
our
sitting here,
Lord, 2020.
yeah, doing this, he would just be like, yeah, that makes sense because you're not good at games. And I would just be like, fuck you, Kyle.
Well, it's weird. I think that you get to a point where you realize that all games can look amazing, but they don't have to look realistic. Like, I'm always actually impressed by Minecraft because, like technically, it's such a huge world, and there's never
Yeah.
any sort of, like, slowdown, and I don't have any, like, crashes or graphical glitches or anything. Like,
And you actually very rarely, like cutting into,
what do
you know,
mean?
you can like cut into walls.
Oh, yeah.
and
No,
stuff
like,
that.
there's no clipping. That's
No clipping. That's what it is. Yeah.
This when, like, your character model, like, goes through something, which, like,
Yeah.
this
and
game...
It's like,
Yeah, this
no.
game probably does that. Actually, this game probably has
Yeah.
clipping. But yeah, Minecraft, I'm impressed by. Like, it's just got weird stuff you can do in it, and it's really big, and everyone has a fun experience. God, he's so mean to me. Why? That's my wife right there. I just want you to know. It's Jesse. I used to be a Tifa guy. Now I'm a Jesse guy. This is the elevator scene. This is when he yelled at me before.
Weird. I just don't think that the graphics are good enough. Wait, who dis?
This wasn't in the original one that we played. This is President Shinra. And this guy's name, I believe, is Heidegger? Yep, Heidegger.
Oh.
So the big corporation is bad, Kim. I know this seems strange. It's a fantasy game.
Oh, wait, a giant corporation's bad?
Yeah, a big megalomaniacal corporation that has its hands in all types of things, such as technology.
That has a right-hand man who has a scar across his eye.
Yeah.
Is bad?
Yeah, he's bad. Does Jeff Bezos have a Heidegger? Like, I just...
I'm sure.
We always see, like, the... oh, he's talking now, Kim.
Oh, fuck. Did you hear that?
What?
We just had a thunder
Oh, I didn't hear it,
strike,
no.
and it's still going, and it's like so... It just scared the shit out of me.
Well, it's weird because, like, we haven't had any... Knock on wood, but we're going to be done probably in a couple minutes. We haven't had any technical issues this episode, despite the fact that there's apparently a fucking storm happening where you're at.
Yeah.
Weird. So he's mad at me because I don't feel as strongly about the cause as he does. And now he's mad. But unlike the first Final Fantasy VII, he's not going to go inside my body when we become bros.
I'd worry less about the plan
Oh.
and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
So, but there's still a sex thing there.
There's still a sex thing there, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much you could probably Google with these
I
two.
often say save the screaming for later.
You're inside me! Save the screaming for later. I wish you'd take off your sunglasses.
Oh, he did. He got stereotypical 1970s Black Panther dialogue.
He
Ish.
he's like steroided out Wesley Snipes.
Sword just can't reach.
He's Blade from the movie Blade, but more intense, I guess.
Share with him for me, would you?
Jesse wants me to be cool with him. He's got a gun arm.
Yeah, I've noticed his gun arm. I've noticed that about him.
Yeah. I'd say that's his defining characteristic is his gun arm and his weirdly tight pants and boots. Wear some looser clothes, especially when you're running around like this.
No, I think his clothes are just loose enough.
They're just loose enough?
No, because or just tight enough, or they're good. They're good.
Oh, he joined. His name is Barrett Wallace, and now he's my friend because he has a gun arm. Now I get to play as him if I want to, and I can switch between the characters if I want to, which is kind of a nice thing. And when
No, I don't understand why you need hammer pants. Like, it's not a good look, and it's not particularly helpful when you're trying to run. And I imagine when you run, you make that sound like you do when you're walking in a snowsuit, where it's like.
it's when he goes to the movie theater and he wants to take snacks with them. You can store a lot in those hammer pants. All right. So, how much time do we have left, Kim?
1 minute and 30 seconds.
All right. So do you want to do? Is this going to be the end of our Final Fantasy time?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you don't want to see the completion of this game, which is basically taking us to the exact same ending as the first one, where we fight the big monster, but it takes about 15 minutes to actually beat him. It's very hard.
Yeah, see, I really don't want that.
So maybe the original is more for you. Maybe you're a JRPG person, but you just don't know it. I mean, you like games that are like paced out a little bit better, right? You don't like things just being go, 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 go.
I don't know. I feel like you're saying to me, I don't know, Kim, maybe you just like things that suck.
Kim, maybe you're in anime. Have you considered that?
Maybe you just, have you thought that maybe you just like things that aren't as good as new things?
Kim,
You're like one of those people who likes antiques because they're old and shitty.
Final Fantasy VII is an antique now. It's from the 90s. Wait, does the year for antiques move up each decade?
Yes, you stupid shit.
What's it at now? What year is considered antique now?
I think that most people would argue that antiques, as far as and it's different for different types of things. Now, you're about to see a part of me that you have never seen before, but I watch a lot of Antiques Roadshow.
So wait, why were you getting mad at me for saying that you would like antiques, you stupid idiot?
Because it's too true. And so so for most people would say antiques. There's a 50-year mark.
Okay.
So
from the current day. Ow.
From the current day, yes.
Okay.
So 50 years would be 1970.
Use math. Okay.
Is it 1970? Oh my God, no,
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it.
No, it's 1970, yeah, which is actually what I was going to say. I was like, I think the 70s would maybe be antiques now, but even still...
But it's nothing in the 70s. Like 70 is the mark.
Right. Okay.
So it has to be...
The entirety of the 60s, pretty much, now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what...
And then there's the difference, you have to argue, the difference between vintage and antique. So, like some people would say everything that's 50 years old is vintage,
okay,
but it's not an antique unless it's 100 years old.
Does the actual item itself count into whether or not it's considered an antique, or is it just the time that has passed since it was made?
Well, I think it really depends, because there are some things that are clearly just bits of garbage.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that in 50 years I would not consider to be an antique because it would be offensive to people who like antiques.
Yeah. But I think that vintage has a lot less of a quality aspect to the word. Also, this little thing that you're fighting isn't nearly as cool as the thing that you were fighting, the big boss that you were fighting in the first game.
Oh, well, that boss actually does happen in this, and he's pretty intense, Kim. I'm not going to lie. This is just like a little dude that we fought in the other game that took 2 hits to kill, and now it's like a whole ass fucking thing. Like, now it's a whole deal that we have to go through to kill this guy.
All right, well...
Are we gonna be done? Is this
We're
the end of
done
our...
here.
Okay, is this the end of our Final Fantasy time?
Yeah.
All right, well, guys...
This is the final fantasy.
Oh, no, it's not. There's so much money to make. All right, everybody. Thank you for Kim Experience's Final Fantasy VII. Classic, vintage, and modern. Final consensus, Kim, if you had to play one of these games to end, like the entirety of it, which would you choose?
Honestly, I'd go with the more updated one. As much as I gave it a ton of shit, it has the features that I want in a game.
Which are?
Whereas it shows it's more up to date and showing like the fighting sequences are better. I don't like the like the Pokemon style, like one-on-one with the they hit you hit they hit you hit kind of thing.
The gentlemanly taking turns killing each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like jousting in my video games.
Okay.
I don't like it for the graphics. I think the music is exactly the same.
It's about the same, yeah.
I don't particularly like the dialogue anymore. However, I don't mind that they just talk rather than having the pop-ups, because I think that the pop-ups lag the game.
Yeah.
So I definitely see pros and cons, but I'm still going to go with the more recent game, not for graphics or anything like that, but the style of fighting is more my style of fighting.
Okay, this is when I saw this game and I played it for the first time, I was just like, this is Kim's style of fighting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, this has been Final Fantasy VII. When the full game comes out next month, maybe we'll play it. Maybe not. I don't know. Jojo has a dour opinion of this game. Actually, no. He's just never played it, and he has a dour opinion of people who really enjoy it. Anyways.
Jojo only likes things that nobody else likes. He is the Christopher Warren of JoJo's.
And it's weird because Chris is the JoJo's of Christopher Warren's.
I know. It's a ramekin doll where the two only fit inside each other.
you just bop their heads together because they won't fit inside the same size. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. We love you. Bye.
Bye.